Nate Smith here, giving you guys the Week 13 recap. We will do our normal routine. I'm going to let the recap play, and then we'll get started.
Separation Sunday. I'm Scott Hansen. You're tuned in to the EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 13. Lots to get to. Let's start in SoFi Stadium. The Chargers at home to take on the Raiders. And it's the rookie, Omarion Hampton. He gets a seal here, and up the alley he goes. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital, looking in on the Commanders as they host the Denver Broncos. And it's the second-year quarterback, Bo Nix. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Broncos keep it rolling. They get their 6th straight victory here. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And it's the Jets defense that comes up with the big play here. They're going to force the interception, and look at this. Nothing but room in front of him. He'll go all the way for the pick 6 touchdown. So that'll put a bow on this one. For all the hardworking men and women here in Orlando, Scott Hansen saying good night. We'll see you next week right here on EA Sports.
All right, so we will do our incentive check. Week 13, incentive check. Saints, Dolphins, already ineligible. Away team, they already ineligible. Already in away, home, Steelers ineligible. Okay. We already know about the 49ers game. He reached out to us and told me about that one. All right, so we had the game of the week, and that was Cleveland and the 49ers. Taking a look at the box score, pretty low scoring game. They went to overtime, 10-16. Turnover battle was 1-0. Shedeur Sanders, 2 TDs. Not a lot of offense. Rushing wise, not a lot of rushing. Nobody really separated themselves. Wide receivers did pretty well, but nothing really like eye-catching. It was just a lot of defense in this one. Cleveland was able to create a turnover, Jerome Baker, and they was able to come out with the dub. Next up we had was the Packers and the Lions. Lions lost this one. It's been a while since we spoke to Uso Ryder. So I'm going to let this interview play. But as we can see, it was pretty lopsided.
Hey, Stephen A. Uso Ryder here. Yeah. First off, Green Bay Packers, great team, great user. See the truth. He ball out. Couldn't stop him. When I try to stop the run, he throw the pass, try to stop the pass, whether it's zone or man. He figures out a way to get that open man. And he did this without Josh Jacobs. So, scored 9 converted third downs. You know, it's hard to stop him, man. So I tried, but it is what it is. And also, it seemed like, no matter what I did, he found a way to counter it, and I couldn't figure out how to stop it. It was pretty tough. I tried to keep up with him, but at some point, just couldn't stop him.
All right, so as you guys can hear, pretty much Green Bay was pretty much lights out offensively, just complete domination, 422, 7 TDs. Um, Detroit did run the ball well. I mean, 191 rushing yards, 3 TDs, pretty well. Marshawn Lloyd, he almost was able to get to 100 yards. Jaden Reed, 8 receptions, 158. Um, Matthew Golden, 6 receptions, 121. So it's pretty good. There's some lights so you guys can see. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty dominant for Green Bay. So they was able to get the job done. Next up we had was the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Cowboys escaped an upset alert. They won in a turnover battle. I did interview Cowboys after the game, and they spoke about their thoughts of the matchup. So I'm going to play this video and let you guys take a listen.
So, yes, thank you, Stephen A. Man, what a great game, man. Great experience. Kind of another testament to our offense, how it takes a little bit to get going. We're not a flashy offense. We don't put a lot of points on the board, but we get things done, and we're grimy, and, we get the run game and the pass game, and we're unpredictable. You never know what we're going to do in any given situation, and it makes us a little dangerous. But I feel like that did great. Again, another game where he only threw 7 incomplete passes, but it just, he had no touchdowns, but he also had no interceptions. But let's put the key today on Jaden Blue. I mean, Jaden Blue was excellent. You know, just excellent, man. Vaughn is really not showing what he can do. 6 rushes for -8 yards was pretty sad today. But Javonte Williams and Blue handled the load. Blue having 4 touchdowns was just awesome, man. But the Chiefs defense was serious. The game was crushed. The game was crucial all game long, and it came down to a couple plays. And I got to give my hats out to Naruto, man. Knowing that he had the playoffs, but still trying to ruin other playoffs dreams, man. We need more players like that in the league, you know what I'm saying? We ain't just out here losing for them draft picks, you know what I'm saying? You know how some people be. But, hey, man, let's get it in, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't shout out to none. I mean, we always been in the position where sometimes you can't get up and lose draft picks. There ain't no shout out to nobody. Everybody trying to rebuild. But we going to rebuild and win, and we going to try to be like how we did in Madden 24. People might not remember. We went to the Super Bowl year 1. You know what I'm saying? So don't sleep on us. We getting it together. We getting better each week. And we like what we put out there on the field. And our defense showed up even though we had the whole D-line injured from my last Fluke Sim game. We ain't going to talk about that. Even though I just talked about that. But you know how it is, man. We got to focus, keep our head down, look forward to our next opponent. They say we might be already in the playoffs, but we got to keep on pushing forward and think about our next opponent and worry about getting better each and every week. Thank you, man, for the time, man. And, Cowboys out. Oh, and I also forgot, man, Yazir Abdullah, man, a guy that we pulled from the Jaguar practice squad, showed up today, man, with 2 solo tackles, 1 assist, 3 tackles, 2 tackles for loss and a sack. You know what I'm saying? That boy got much upside. And, Jacksonville, unfortunately, they had a lot of things going on D-line, and, he wasn't good enough to be over there. But he definitely good enough to be over here, man, from Louisville, man. We take them kids all the time, man. Hey, the man show heart, and we got a plan for him in the future. We already signed him to a 4-year deal, man. We all in on Mr. Yazir Abdullah. But, yeah, see y'all later.
Very, very good interview right there. He spoke about Yazir Abdullah. Kid is 6'1", 234. I'm very proud of him, man. Went over there to them Cowboys and put some work in. That's the nature of the NFL. It's hard to keep everybody. So if you are Abdullah, you definitely love the opportunity. That's for sure. Moving on, trying to be quick because we got to play them Colts, man. It's going to be a great game. Nobody bet on the Jags to win that one. So let's see. We got both Bengals and the Ravens. Ravens won this one 44-24. This is a very good win right here from the Ravens. Um, this was a well needed win from the Ravens, man. 44-24. I didn't interview neither guy. Both of these guys are ineligible. 4-0 as far as turnover battle. If you are new with the incentives, if you are ineligible, I won't bother you until the next season when everything resets. So that's a good way to just be like, F you, Stephen A, and I won't bother you any until the next year. So that's why neither one of these guys was interviewed. But as we see, it was a lot of offense. Overall, Ravens pretty much dominated this game. Turnover battles 4-0, as I mentioned. And they also won in a time of possession, which is also very, very good if you are the Ravens. Next up we had was the Eagles and Bears. Eagles slowly coming along. They have made some trades. They have made some trades this year. And so turnover battle was 0-7. Wow, that hurt. Caleb Williams, 5 TDs, no interception. Jalen Hurts, 7 interceptions. Neither side really, well, both sides ran well. The Bears ran pretty well. Two guys with 81 yards total. And then, he got rid of Saquon Barkley. So, but Johnny Wilson is a wide receiver you definitely want to look out for. 11 receptions, 162 yards, 2 TDs. And then you got Adonai Mitchell, 7 receptions, 153 and 2 TDs. The kid is from the Colts. So it looks like the Eagles are trying to find their identity this year. And I'm starting to see some offense as far as the last few weeks. Next up we had was we don't never look at computer games, but we did have the Panthers beat the Rams computer 55-49. It's good he played that because, that's part of the incentive check. We did go over this one, though. So we went over that one. Falcons lost 21-35. I think I gave Mike a break because we did interview him last week. And as far as Koopy, we didn't reach out. Been playing great. But the turnover battle was 3-1 in this one. Justin Fields, 371, 4 TDs, 1 interception. Rushing was pretty, not so up to par. Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson. Mike has been very high on Garrett Wilson. 7 receptions, 123, 17.6 on average. So that's very good right there. Overall, well played. Jets had 3 different guys with an interception as well to go along with the win. Colts, as we spoke about the Colts, we're playing them shortly. They won this one 52-24. Turnover battle was 4-1. Colts is a team, they very rarely make mistakes. I didn't interview Colts. I interviewed him already last week. Flybaby Gaming, didn't interview him neither. But as we can clearly see, box score, 52-24. They pretty much ran through the Texans. Anthony Richardson Sr., 2 TDs, 1 interception. Wow, Jonathan Taylor, who's also top 3 in rushing right now in the entire league. 19 attempts, 198 yards, 3 TDs. Receiver Nico Collins, 6 receptions, 116, 2 TDs. Josh Downs had a touchdown. A.J. Brown, wow. Traded in my division, but he had a touchdown as well. So it's great to see that if you are the Colts, but it's bad to see that if you are my Jags, to know he's in my division. Defensively, he played lights out. He had one, two, three different guys on the defense side of the ball to have an interception. Two guys as far as his will. Jalen Carley's, he had two interceptions. So it's great stuff right there from the coach. Shout out to them. Next up, we had was the Bucks Cardinals. Um, didn't interview didn't interview neither one of those guys. Um, Taking a look at the box score, 31-24, 17-0 in the first half. Um, Tampa Bay they almost got rid of that lead in the second half. Um, Arizona outscored them 24-14 in the second half, but it just wasn't enough. Slow start played a huge role in this one right here. Baker Mayfield, 328, 4 TDs, who's been playing great in real life. Also, Emeka Ibuka, 9 receptions, 119, 2 TDs. Rookie, then you have Marvin Harrison Jr., 10 receptions, 92 yards. Mike Evans, 7 receptions, 87 yards, 2 TDs. Michael Wilson had a touchdown as well. A lot of offense. Jags and the Titans. A lot of points scored in this one, 55-31. It was 34-6 in the first half. I literally benched everybody in the second half. Turnover battle was 1-3. I could have actually did a lot worse. I could have did more damage, but it's no need to do that. We're towards the end of the year, and I need everybody is healthy. Trevor Lawrence, 163 TDs. Um, Nick Mullins almost had his 100-yard as well. Cam Ward threw 3 interceptions. Great defense from my guys. We didn't get team-wise, we were able to get 100 yards just about. We had 4 different guys rush uh, along with Trevor Lawrence. His guy had 66 yards, 1 TD. Trevor Lawrence had 2 rushing TDs. Tank Bigsby, third screen back, had a TD. Receivers, not a lot from us. He had 4 receptions, 125, a TD. As far as the Titans, we had not a lot of guys with a lot of yards or catches, but 2 TDs is good for Brian Thomas Jr. But we had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 different receivers. But like I said, I benched the majority of my guys the second half, well, all of them. So, there's no need. We want to show some class, good sportsmanship. Next up we had was the Chargers and the Raiders. This one right here, I'm a little bit surprised to see the Raiders continue to get into the losing column. Young Manning is usually one of the loud guys in the league, usually one of the ones that talks a lot before the Madden seasons. And to see him lose as much as I've been seeing, it's very surprising. I think I did interview him. We want to make sure. Young Man Team. Yeah, I did interview Young Man Team just to kind of get an idea of where his head at. What's the problem for the Raiders? I know they are a young team. They have a few pieces. Genty, who was suspended last week. So I'm just interested to know what's going on with the Raiders. Young Man Team has guys suspended. They're losing games. Things just hasn't been on a positive um, side if you are a Young Man Team. So let's just take a listen here what's going on with Young mentally.
Hey, thanks for having me, Steven. Yeah, man, back to back weeks, we had very tough opponents, Penn State, Kobe. He's
Oh,
always in the
okay.
mix.
Okay, so that's actually college. So yeah, I didn't interview Young for the GFSSL league. I'm running two leagues. I'm the analyst in both, so my apology. Denver and the Commanders. Now I did interview Denver. They won this one 34-17. So let's take a listen to hear what Mad Man the Gamer had to say. He actually ineligible. I interviewed him. He sent me a message saying, I played computer, right? I said, yes, I do know that. And then he says, oh, okay. And so um, my guess is he thought that, I don't know, maybe he forgot, but he's ineligible. We holding everybody accountable. Sucks, but, he was one of my top candidates for the Stephen A. Smith Appreciation Award that we do every year. But he's ineligible. 34-17. Turnover battle was 1-3. Bo Nix been playing pretty good ball. 219, 3 TDs, 1 interception. Uh, Jaden Daniels didn't play as well with the 2 interceptions, but he did run the ball well. 116. I noticed this is a computer, as he mentioned, but overall it was a good win. I mean, computer games aren't just gimmies. You still got to come out and play. So, but shout out to the Broncos for winning that matchup. Where else we at? Okay, we did that one. Lastly, we had was the Giants and the Patriots. I didn't interview neither one of these guys. Just wanted to make sure. 39-28. Turnover battle was 4-0. Drake made 4-14, 2 TDs, no interception. The Giants was able to create 4 interceptions from Jackson Dart. Cam Scatterbo didn't run the ball well. Neither side ran the ball well. The Giants ran with one running back the entire game. Wow. Uh, Wide receivers definitely did their thing. Two guys in this game with over 100 yards receiving. Um, Devontae Smith, man, another one of my Eagles. I'm a real life Eagle fan, and to see my guys just spread it around sucks. It really do. Um, three, four interceptions by the Patriots. But hey, man, you got to start running different running backs, or you're going to have that Deshaun Watson situation. We already did the incentive check. All right, taking a look at this week's top performers. Drake May, Stafford, and Baker Mayfield in the top three. Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, and Hampton are in the top three as far as rushing go. Hampton was one of the guys that was, he had a very two good highlights as far as today. We did some highlights from the GFSSL league, and Hampton was one of the guys. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and the new kid I said on the block, Wilson, a wide receiver, top three right there. I want to say Wilson is the guy that's going to take control of some of the missing pieces on the wide receiver slots. Devontae Smith, he traded away A.J. Brown. So I want to say Wilson is starting to be that guy that they are, that they may have high hopes of. Broswell, Carter, and Garrett, top three in sacks. Interceptions, you got Franklin, Walker, and Steele, with Franklin having 12. Tackles, Barnes, Cashman, and Bynum, top three. Cashman is 8 tackles away from being 100 tackle, from having 100 tackles in the first season. Man, that would be nice. That definitely would be nice right there. I think he's going to get it. Taking a look at the standings. Right now, Colts have already clinched, so that will be a part of the thumbnail. They're the first team to clinch. playoff berth in the entire GFSSL league. AFC North right now, you got the Browns likely to win this division, 3 games ahead, and they also 3-1 in the division. So the Browns win one more game, it's theirs. AFC South, although the Colts have clinched, we have to play the Colts, and we haven't played them all year. So if we beat them, we can still win this division, which we want to do. We're both undefeated in the division. So it's going to come down to these 2 teams right here. And I'm sure he's going to play his guys. I'm going to play my guys, and we're going to fight to see who is the top dog in the AFC South. We are the underdogs, as mentioned, and we have the game of the week. And as of right now, the voting poll is 11-1. So he has and let me make sure who is the B. So he has a 100% chance to win this game. We have 0%. So we will see. That gives us a little more motivation right there. AFC East, we have the Jets and the Patriots, with the Patriots being 1 game back. Taking a look at the division race, and we can see that they're both tied up. So this thing is going to go to the end. But I do feel like the Jets is going to potentially win the division. AFC West, you have the Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers 2 games ahead, and they are undefeated in their division, so it's up to them. Bears and the Packers are both undefeated in the division, similar to the Jags and the Colts. It's going to come down to these last 2 teams. Both of them undefeated in the division, so I assume they haven't played each other yet. And that's going to dictate who wins the NFC North. NFC South, you got Bucks, Falcons, Saints on the outside looking in. Could potentially try to make the wild card, potentially. But you got the Bucks pretty much 3 games ahead of the Falcons. And then as far as division, they're undefeated in the division. But they still have some more division games left, so the Falcons is not all the way out of there yet. NFC East, you got the Cowboys, Commanders. Cowboys just won a big game against the Chiefs. We did interview Cowboys. I think I played his video. He's undefeated in the division, so it's likely his division. He can pretty much celebrate. NFC West, you got the 49ers and the Rams. Probably one of the worst other than the NFC East as far as divisions in the entire GFSSL league. I was going to say in the NFC, but I'm going to just say the whole entire league. But when you look at the division race, you can see the Rams still undefeated in the division as far as their record. So if they can get a couple of losses from the 49ers, maybe they haven't played the Niners, they can still win this division. Taking a look at the tweets for this week. As I mentioned, we are the underdogs. Track meet coming to Jacksonville, 100%. Meet your match. It's the number 1 and the number 3 offenses in the town, as Indianapolis, as the Colts take on Jacksonville. Definitely going to be a lot of fireworks. Top offenses collide, Bears and the Packers. Offenses will be firing as Bears quarterback Caleb Williams readies his squad ahead of a date with Jordan Love's pack in Week 14. Low-scoring day for Eagles and Chargers. Scoring might be tough to come by as Philadelphia's number 4 defense, which they was number 1, so I guess that changed, visit the Chargers and their number 2 ranked defensive unit. Okay, 4 minutes late. And then we have the end of the era. Watching You retires. Okay, so Watching You has retired. That's definitely surprising, but hey, best luck to him. So we're going to go ahead and get ready for the game against the Colts. So I'm going to end this thing quicker. go ahead and upload this video and then get ready. Really don't care about stats. Let's say 2 tackles for a loss would be good. And I think that's pretty much it. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, get it uploaded, and then get ready for the showdown, man. AFC, let's do it.